Teens suffering from depression sometimes sleep more than usual and are overly tired. They may be late or miss important events altogether. They often feel helpless and empty. They might not enjoy the activities that they used to. And they could have suicidal thoughts. Teens suffering from anxiety often have low self-esteem. They might worry an excessive amount and avoid social situations. They may not do the best in school and often have trouble sleeping. Social media has distorted our youth's perception of body image. Teens suffering from eating disorders are unhappy with how they look. They could be uncomfortable eating in front of people and are often hyper-fixated on their weight. Some teens will force themselves to throw up after meals or follow an unhealthy diet. Any combination of these mental health disorders greatly increases the risk of death in teens.
Hey yo, no vapes, champ!
Look, we all know what vaping is. Chances are you've seen not one or two ads, you've probably seen hundreds of ads for different vapes. The CDC says these companies target specifically kids in the middle to high school range. During a survey, they found that 7 out of 10 teens have seen one or two ads recently. That is over 18 million different kids. The companies entice these kids with fun flavors and claiming that their vapes have no nicotine in them and therefore are non-addictive. Nicotine is a highly addictive chemical mainly found in cigarettes, and these companies claim that there's no nicotine in their vapes, but the CDC found that 99% of the vapes sold in the US contain some traces of nicotine. And even if the vape you have does not contain any nicotine at all, there are still highly toxic metals in the smoke that you inhale, such as lead, nickel, and chromium. These go into your lungs and can be highly dangerous. And take a wild guess why lung and respiratory health is really important right now. Oh yeah, we're in a global pandemic of a virus that specifically targets your lung and respiratory functions. According to WebMD, smokers aren't the only ones that have a high risk of dying to COVID-19, but vapors as well. Wow, doesn't this all just sound so great? I haven't even mentioned the prices yet. General reusable vape will set you back anywhere from $25 to $100, not to mention the reusable pods that you have to buy every single time. These things I've mentioned are being hidden by the big vape companies, not wanting you to know about the dangers of vaping. And once you start vaping, it can be extremely difficult to stop. But there are people and websites you can reach out to that'll help you. Bye, Snoopy. But if you have started vaping, it is not impossible to stop. KidsHealth.org recommends that you can go for a jog, listen to your music, hang out with your friends, anything to keep your mind off of your addiction to vaping. Or you can just hang out with your furry friends. So yeah, those are the real facts.
Depression is different for everyone. For me, depression has looked like this: a debilitating desire to do nothing. Depression is more than meets the eye. If you don't know me, you probably would never guess that I have struggled with severe depressive episodes over the past few months. What you see is the image that I spend all my energy curating so that I look put together. High school makes every teen feel like they're under a microscope, like they're constantly being evaluated by their peers. It's not a mystery why so many teens struggle with self-image. You have no option but to compare yourself to others. But when you put out a version of yourself that is unrealistic, self-neglect can easily turn into self-loathing. And while poor self-esteem and depression aren't the same thing, they work hand in hand. When you're ignoring your needs to cater to this obscured self-portrait that you're publishing, you lose track of the things that truly make you happy. It's exhausting. 6% of teens have diagnosed depression, and it's safe to say many more go undiagnosed. Admitting to yourself that you need help is incredibly daunting, especially when you so desperately want to believe in this character you've created for yourself. But when you try to tackle depression on your own, those suppressed emotions fester up inside and are bound to eventually implode. I promise you, there's another way out. That first step for me was accepting that I needed help and seeing a doctor. Being prescribed medication and beginning to see a therapist has affirmed to me that things can and will get better. I'm not saying you're going to magically wake up cured of your depression one day and never look back. Mental health isn't linear. But no matter how alone you feel, there's always someone out there that cares about you. I can promise you that.
Don't fall.